Hi everyone, what's up? Josh here from Alternative Brewing. I hope you're all doing well. Today we're checking out the DF54 single dosing coffee grinder. And if you're familiar with the range of DF grinders, you shouldn't be surprised to know that this is another fabulous all-round grinder that will do great for espresso as well as filter coffee. And essentially it is a smaller, more compact DF grinder using 54mm flat burrs, and the price is jaw-droppingly low for such a reputable grinder system. Now, if you're new to the brand or are playing catch-up, DF also have the DF64 and the DF83. And both of these versions now come with a variable RPM control model as well. Not that any of that really matters here. Other than the fact that Turin, Chute, DF, however you refer to this grinder by, are this brand that are easily able to quickly maneuver in the market of coffee grinder manufacturing. And while there has been some drawbacks to the speed of delivering a product to you all, with 8 new grinders in 2 years, which is crazy when I say that out loud, as it is unprecedented, the level of cost-effective innovation in their grinder systems does truly show here in the DF54, where at its price point, I believe everyone who brews coffee at home at some point will surely come across the DF54. So today, I want to take you through what you need to know about this grinder and how to get the best from it. And if you're with me, go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. All right, ready? Let's get into this. So taking a look at the DF54 from top to bottom, you'll notice it doesn't have a hopper, but a removable bellows system. Either remove the bellows itself or remove the lid to add your beans. The bellows you use after grinding to remove any stubborn grounds from remaining inside the grinding chamber, which means every gram that you place in also comes out. And the capacity without the bellows is 20 grams. It is fitted with an anti-popcorn device so beans won't jump out at you. Or add the bellows and then the capacity to the DF54 goes up to 50 grams. The materials used on this grinder are a wooden bellows lid, a silicon bellows, any shiny material is machined aluminium, steel is used for both the body and the base, and then plastic for the grind chute and the catch cup. Now the DF54 uses, surprise surprise, 54mm stainless steel flat burrs, and these are made in-house by DF themselves. They are powered by a 150-watt motor spinning at 1400 RPM, which is all fairly standard. Exiting the grinds chamber, you have the grinds declumper and then anti-static pins which pierce the grinds chute and are charged. So you get the perfect delivery of grounds into the catch cup below with no clumps and very limited mess created by static electricity, grind size and humidity pending. You can also use the RDT method here though to greatly minimize any static issues with a simple spray of beans before grinding. Now to change the grind on the DF54, you turn the large grind dial that's easily visible and movable above the grinder. This is a stepless grinder and there are numbers marked out from 0 to 90. The DF54 comes calibrated with the grinder's burrs touching at 0 and the sight for the grind dial is that plastic arrow above. Now, being an all-purpose grinder, it grinds for all brewing methods. So now let's just check out how the grinder performs with every 10 steps on the grind dial. So starting out at a 10 setting or under would be my ideal Turkish grind. Anywhere from the range of 15 to 30 I found to be the ideal espresso range, as well as a mocha pot. The range between 30 and 50 are fantastic for your AeroPress or single cup pour over coffees. Anything from 50 to 70 is great for all your pour overs up to Chemex. And then from 70 onwards, you would find it used for French press, batch brews, or cold brewing. Next, we're going to take a look at the grinds cup. This sits on the removable silicone insert to the forks, and it is tilted on an angle so it's closer to the chute. The dosing cup, this is a 58mm diameter, which makes it perfect for transferring directly into your average portafilter. It is easy to see when and how your grinds have been transferred into the portafilter. Taking a look at the forks of the DF54, you'll notice that they have small slip-free silicone sleeves, and this helps with the vibration of the forks and allows you to rest a portafilter either spouted or bottomless and then grind hands-free. Though if you are concerned with grinds overshooting, I can recommend adding a dosing ring to the basket. But from my experience, grinds always come out nice, clean, and accurate from the chute straight into the basket. All right, so here's the part where we're going to grind out a dose of coffee. And in fact, we'll do an espresso and filter roast and see how long each of them takes. And I guess check out the noise as well. You'll also get to see the workflow at the same time. Now, it's going to be a 20-gram dose of each. So an espresso roast on an espresso grind. We'll do that now. I'm just going to place it down. Yeah, we'll do the finer section. Hey, we'll do around 22. And then obviously a lighter roast filter. And we'll do that on a medium coarse grind. I'll let you know what's going to happen with that. Let's get this happening. Also check the retention on its way out. So, this one first. Espresso first. $20 grams in. Dose out, single dosing. Nice good spray of the beans. That's my RDT method. Take the hopper lid off, pour in. Turn on, start the clock. Nice, that's all done. Couple of taps from the bellows, rather. Pretty good. Happy with that. Zeroed off. 20 grams exactly. Nice, good to see. All right. And there's a bit of residual in this dosing cup, so I won't spray it again. But, got to remind myself to do this. So we'll move this up to say, well, like I said a medium coarse. So it's going to, let's say 58. You know, I don't want to push it too coarse. 60. I like it round. Round numbers. All right, let's do 60 on here. 20 and 60. Ready to go. Start the clock. Few beans bumping around in there, but they're all good. Yep, all done. And that was done. Check retention. You know, 19.9. There's a couple just stragglers in the bottom of this cup here. There we go, 20. And the grounds themselves, they look pretty good. I mean, obviously a difference, espresso and filter here, nice and fresh. Now, in discussing the flavor profiles, this grinder is not a polarizing profile, as many flat burr grinders, especially the more expensive ones, can be. The DF54 at least, they've taken a similar path to how Eureka grinder burrs make their coffee taste, and that is that it is a people pleaser. It has a fantastic balance of body and texture, as well as a well-structured but not heightened sweetness and acidity. However, I did also occasionally find a little bit more brightness than I would get from a Eureka grinder. And all in all, I think it is a slightly more mainstream burr set than it is off to one side, offering too much of one thing and not enough of another. And I think that is a clever move by DF themselves. Yet I am also interested to see whether they or one of the third-party burr manufacturers will follow up with a 54mm brew burr set, say something with higher uniformity to swap in and out of this grinder, as that would appeal to a lot more connoisseurs in the specialty coffee part of this industry. However, this grinder certainly still appeals to a broad range of people, given its price point and its performance. I can see people just getting into coffee, perhaps they have a Breville espresso machine and they want a reliable grinder outside of the built-in ones. This is a fantastic choice for espresso. It's a fantastic choice for anyone who wants a very low budget but fantastic grinder for filter coffee. But it also makes a lot of sense for anybody who perhaps has everything already that they need in their setup, but they do also just want to get an extra grinder to play around with. Then this is a good start, and I think a great choice for them as well. Now, in discussing the comparisons to this grinder, it does seem a little cliche to say that it doesn't have any. However, it is cleverly priced to be placed in between the Baratza Encore ESP and the Breville Smart Grinder Pro, which are less expensive and, in my opinion, don't use as a reliable system as the DF54. And then the Eureka Mignon and the Varia VS3, which are more expensive grinders. And again, based on my experience with them, the Varia VS3 more so is worth that little extra bit if you value a grinder that gives you a little bit more wiggle room in terms of bright and light, sweet and juicy. Yet I certainly still wouldn't overlook the DF54 as it is well placed for its value and performance. Now, in cleaning the DF54, it is very easy to do. So after unplugging the grinder, you simply need to remove everything off it and then unscrew the top hopper all the way coarse and then lift that top burr holder off. And then you'll have access to the burr chamber. Give everything a brush down. I like to vacuum clean as well to remove any of those grounds and then place it all back together again. And I find this really important to do on, say, a monthly or bi-monthly basis, depending on your usage. This is important to keep the grinder in tip-top shape for many years to come. Why is the DF54 coffee grinder worth considering as your next grinder? Well, if you value the effort of making a great cup of coffee at home, noting that this is a single dosing grinder, so you'll be adding that to your workflow, and if you're not chasing the stars for a specific flavor profile, but have reliability, performance, and a budget under $500, then I would choose the DF54 each and every day. Now, let me know in the comment section down below if you agree with that, and thank you so much for watching to the end of this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Happy brewing, and we'll see you in the next video.